Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 3. First of all, if you like to support the channel, my PayPal will be in the description, so thank you very much guys. So welcome back to part 6 of What If Naruto Was a God tier prodigy. Remember to get this one too. 100 likes as usual. Share this to all of your friends in your social media platform. And also guys, if you're new, yes, I indeed have 3 more channels which I post What If on every single day. Anime King 2, and Anime Symbol guys. And if you would like text What Ifs, it's over on Anime Prince. So that's 4. All the links will be down in the description, so go ahead and become a part of the Anime King family. So without further ado or wasting more time, how about we jump right into this brand new episode? Let us begin now guys. So the last part that we left off, a lot had happened since the whole debacle with the Chunin exam. Naruto blamed himself for the death of Hiruzen Sarutobi. Despite not being responsible, he blamed himself. He was angry. If he had the power to kill Orochimaru in the Forest of Death, this wouldn't have happened. Sasuke wanted to discuss something with him as the both of them ventured out. But that is when they showed up. It was Itachi and Kisame. Sasuke was reckless as Naruto had to shout at him. Itachi was actually proud, but he did not show it though. Sasuke was able to rein his anger in. However, Itachi was perplexed, shocked beyond everything as he saw Naruto's eyes. He questioned Naruto, but Naruto wasn't about to tell him. The two boys worked together and the two S-rank ninjas found themselves surprised by their strength, mostly so Naruto. But another shocking event was Naruto tapping into the 8 inner gates. Sasuke saw that it was used by Rock Lee. Having no idea when Naruto learned something like this, Naruto put some damaging blows on Kisame. But Samehata proved to be a problem, restoring Kisame constantly as the battle stretched on. But both men found themselves fleeing as backup arrived. They could not face the full might of Konoha, so they decided to leave for now. Reporting back, with a shocking new realization. Within the shadows watching, pretending like he did not already know, was the masked man, the true leader of the organization. It was soon after, as his mother took the position, that they came for Sasuke. However, Sasuke turned them down, believing that he would get as strong as possible here. Not there. He turned them down, he would not go. However, they took him anyway, just returning back from training. And it was the 4 of them Orochimaru elite guards. Sakura, who had came by, almost died as Kimimaro fired the arrow. It was only because of the medical ninjutsu that was taught to her by Naruto that is why she survived, as an arrow went through her chest. Terrifyingly so. She was found and Naruto was notified. He was mad. They could not gather anyone fast enough. Majority of the Jonins were out of the village. Naruto could go. His mother told him to be careful and use Lady Katsuyu. She believed in him as Naruto took off, using the gates to bolster his speed to inhuman level. The Sound 4 had to rest, but Naruto was fresh. He chased after them. He did not stop until he found them. The group tried to take him down as one, but Naruto's surprise attack had him rescuing Sasuke immediately. He then turned his wrath to stop them, learning that Kimimaro was the one that almost killed Sakura. Naruto put a hole through his chest. He took on the others. They were fast, unified, powerful in every single way. But Naruto was a different kind of monster. Brutal, efficient, powerful. Zetsu arrived as he watched from the shadows. However, the battle wasn't over yet as Kimimaro arrived. Strong, fast, resilient. Him and Naruto went into a dexterity of attacks and moves. Kimimaro transformed into the first state, showing his speed and his strength and his flexibility. However, Naruto pattern recognition with his eyes, break through any defense. Their battle evolved when he transformed. Things became worse as Naruto went toe-to-toe with a man. They clashed vigorously, their strength eclipsing one another. Naruto Rasengan tear through his bone drill. Kimimaro summoned his strongest attack as Naruto summoned something that he was working on. He combined the rotation of the Rasengan and the destructive capability of the Chidori. He didn't even have a full name for it yet. However, the attack was astronomical. Even at its lowest level right now, it reduced Kimimaro to nothing, tearing him apart, completely eviscerating him. He was destroyed. So yeah guys, basically let's pro left off. You guys can switch across the place, check out for yourself. So yeah, let's begin this now guys. The place was dark and ominous as he spoke. Orochimaru elite guards. At their fullest, their strength level seemed to be above your average jonin within the village of Konoha. After all, they were able to dispatch a few. But even with their teamwork combining, single-handedly, he took them all out by himself. It wasn't just that. Another one showed up, and from what I could get, he was a Kaguya. The last Kaguya to exist under Orochimaru's control. There was a bit of a waver in the voice when it spoke about Kaguya. His strength eclipsed the others, and yet, as he pulled out his technique that would have leveled a small village. A collaboration of the technique of Kakashi Hatake and the technique of Minato Namikaze. The Rasengan and Chidori merged into something that was able to wipe away everything. It seemed to be untested at the time, not fully work out the kinks. But single-handedly, he rescued Sasuke Uchiha and stopped all of them by himself. Well, I guess this kid is more than something, huh? And yet here I was, calling you both pathetic. Hidan, a member of the organization, said, gazing towards Itachi and Kisame. They had been the first to witness the might of Naruto. And now Zetsu reported back in. The kid is something alright. The next time I fight him, I will be better prepared, knowing that he's not just some weakling. No. They all turned, gazing into those powerful eyes. Eyes that put the Sharingan to shame. The majestic Rinnegan. Our organization name is becoming rather well known. The situation in Kiri has turned rather unfortunate for us. The three-tailed Jinchuriki took his final breath recently. It will take some time until the tail beast is restored. For now, all Jinchurikis will be monitored. And the 9-tailed Jinchuriki will be hunted by me. Kisame would like to say something, but the leader word was, well, final, and none of them could oppose it. On the other side of the world, we find Orochimaru, far away from his original sound base. as he had made a drastic move. He was covered in bandages, but the face underneath it was not his own. Information reported back to him by his loyal number 2. He was frustrated to ends that most could never understand. But at the moment, he couldn't do anything. He lost so much power in just one day, and he failed to get what he desired. He clenched his fist in rage. That boy stopped him from marking Sasuke to influence his mind. That boy got in his way more than once. The third time they see one another, Orochimaru was going to kill him. There was no doubt about that. The Sannin told himself as he ventured deeper into the darkness of his own. Back at Konoha, Sasuke returned and woke up. Seeing Sakura, she enveloped him in a hug. He was confused. The last thing he remembered, Naruto saved you, she said. Sasuke was actually happy, as he had turned down Orochimaru's offer, turned down the power they wanted to give him because the power that was here will make him stronger, and leaving was not a part of anything for him. Besides, he didn't want to lose what he has right here, because after revenge, what will there be if he turned his back on all of this now? So he relaxed, not even brushing Sakura off as she hugged him. He relaxed. Several ninjas made their way to the scene. When they arrived, they saw the catastrophic destruction. And this was done by one person. The question rang out. Shock, surprise. They were truly taken aback. 4 Jonins had fought the Sound 4 in their level 2 form, and yet they failed. But one boy crushed them all. They can only imagine what would he become in the next couple of years. And they were right. As time passed by, Naruto infamy grew. His name spread, more so skyrocketed over the land. Naruto participate in battles far and wide. Sasuke, Sakura, several others of Team 7 by his side. His infamy grew, his strength eclipsing everything. Many started to speak of him like they spoke of the legends. The eyes of one of the most dangerous men to ever walk this earth, and the strength of another. He was a combination of them too. Terrifyingly so. Months turned into years as they passed by. Naruto's name reached all over. From saving the priestess known as Shin. From crushing a man that was obsessed with gaining every single Kekigenkai. From crushing those that led a rebellion to conquering nations, believing that they were chosen. Sasuke was right by his side as well, growing, improving, his name growing as well. But Sakura refused to be left behind. She was special, keeping herself alive despite the grave wound that she suffered. Tsunade focused more on her training in that regard, but something else. She turned her into her pupil, her disciple like Shizune. But Sakura was more special in that area, now possessing the strength to crush walls with a single finger, to create splitting trenches with a single stomp. Her strength grew to unbelievable heights. The partnership between the villages, the Sand and Konoha, grew closer as they came together. Naruto traveled with Jiraiya for a month or so. As the both of them made their way, there was a lot of people that was interested in meeting Naruto. To majority of the people, his heritage was still something that wasn't fully known. All they knew was his connection to Snedy, as there was a lot of things there that was complicated the most. And digging up the past would lead to, well, a lot. So majority of people still consider him just as Naruto Senju. His infamy spread all over the world as he kept on growing. At the moment, we find Snedy. She was in a lab conducting some tests. She tested Naruto's eyes 2 years back. She had the original documents. You see, there was a lot to uncover. With the Sharingan, Naruto was able to read. He was able to read that stone within the Uchiha's possession, more so than ever before due to his Mangekyo. He learned a lot, he discovered a lot. Naruto was special, and that was for sure. Despite the connection not being too close with him and Hiruzen, his eyes activated into the Mangekyo. However, the drawback, yes, transplanting another. But Naruto had no living relative in terms of the Uchiha eyes to transplant. So Snedy made a document every single month to test if there was any breakdown or loss of sight. But to her surprise, as the years went by, his eyes were still perfect. She questioned his knowledge if the stone was actually saying what he said, because she could find nothing wrong with his eyes. And the more time passed, the more confused she got. She wondered if it had to do with his Senju cells. Naruto was just like her grandfather. He could heal without a single hand sign. She wondered if this came in together with his eye problem as well for the Mangekyo Sharingan. But if anything, they were lucky. But she did not want something to just sneak up on him one day and happen to his eyes, so she kept on testing, having medical report done every single month at the last. But each time passed, his eyes seemed to be perfect, and he has shown no discomfort, not in the slightest. At the moment, Naruto got kicked across the face as he crashed into the ground. Standing over him was a guy. Nothing special about him. 6 foot tall, dark hair, holding a kunai in his hand. He was delighted. Do you have any idea how much money you're worth alive? How many people want to find out the secret of you? The man said. Naruto rose up. He struck him across the face, knocking Naruto back down to the ground. Over to the side, someone shouted, "Forget about me! Defend yourself!" A kunoichi. She was currently bound, a kunai to her throat. The others, 2 of them behind Naruto, 2 chunins told to stand back and not interfere. Naruto was now 16 years old, and he's changed so much. His hair was a bit longer. He was taller, more muscular, but not overly muscular. He stood at 6 foot 2 inches. The growth spurt had hit him like a tree. But now he was getting the crap beaten out of him by this average individual. Their mission was supposed to be, well, not exactly run of the mill, but all of them specialize in espionage, collecting information, gathering sources. They got what they came for. But one of Naruto's team members got captured. And now, Naruto dropped his guard. It was that or they kill her. However, despite the punches and kicks, Naruto smiled at her. "I told you, I won't let anything happen to my comrades," he said. His words touching each and every one of them, as he was taking a beating like it was nothing. These men saw Naruto as a gold mine. Because they were right. There were millions upon Naruto's head, most of it, for him to be taken alive. The task was theoretically impossible to be completed by most. Therefore, that is why the amount was so hectic. The doors open up as the rest of the enemies arrive. There was a lot of them. You see, their mission was supposed to gather just 1/4 of the information. However, each and every one of them had more. When Naruto saw this, he smiled. He suddenly got up. The problem was there wasn't even a scratch on him. The guy holding the kunoichi hostage shouted at him, "Stop what you're doing or else she dies." I told you guys before this mission began, I wouldn't allow anything to happen to any of you. None of you were ever in real danger. Naruto had to say. Her being captured threw a wrench in their plan, but also gave them opportunity. The man tried to move his body, but no, he could not. That is when a flat, two-dimensional silhouette revealed its head. Naruto has been experimented a lot with his wood release. What stood behind the man was a modified wood clone, taking on the features of the literal bark. It flattened itself. He had no idea that he was already restrained. She was always safe, because Naruto wouldn't allow anything to happen to her. After all, he was a Jonin here. Naruto had sensed them all, as his friend had called the others, believing that they would need help to transport him and get rid of the problem, which were the others. And now, the idiot guy tried to swing another fist. This time though, Naruto caught it with ease. "It seems you don't understand," said Naruto. "You've already lost." Naruto uppercut him. His body exploded through the ceiling. As all of them looked up, seeing the debris falling, Naruto was gone. The kunoichi was the only one that focused on his position, but she could not see where he went. She felt the ropes that tied around her broke. They heard the sound, but each time they turned their head, they weren't able to see him. They just saw all of the enemies falling, one after another, until the final debris hit the ground. It only took a couple of seconds, and every single member that entered this room now lie on the ground, unmoving. The three Chunins, ranging from age 13 to 15, due to their specialty in their own art, all stood there, their mouth open wide. When they were told that they will go on a mission with him, they were all ecstatic, but they had yet to see just how truly amazing he was, as he stood there, back at his original position, like he hadn't even moved. Amazing, they all said, but he was not the only one. Blade clashed against blade, as Sasuke Uchiha was going toe-to-toe with a A-rank missing Nin, who was hired to protect the one that he was here to stop. Blade clashed against blade. The man was a famous swordsman. However, over the years, just to show how much of a genius Sasuke was, he dabbled within Kinjutsu, and now here he was. Lightning cackled through his weapon, his Sharingan reading every single pattern. The man was astonished at Sasuke split his blade in half, literally carving right through it. Shocking and startling him, Sasuke swept his foot away before delivering a brutal kick that sent him into the wall. His back was left wide open as two larger men, known for their strength but not their bronze, descended upon him, only for one fist to hit one of them, and the both of them were sent through the wall, crashing. Sasuke hadn't even react. fully aware that she was there. After all, he wasn't the only one on this mission. Standing there. His clothing hadn't changed that much. Naruto had changed his clothing rather well. In different ways, but neither of them were wearing the jacket. Competitive as they were, neither would let the other outdo them. Sasuke was also a Jonin as well. Sakura was the only Chunin a part of the group. Well, formerly Team 7 that is. That was because she took some time off for her mentorship under Tsunade. She took a longer time to get to her position, but she took the Chunin test recently and flew through like it was nothing, showing her mind and skills top notch. Kiba Inuzaka arrived as he had the man tied up, a criminal of the Land of Fire. The team was selected for several different reasons. Kiba knows tracking, Sasuke's skills. If backup strength was needed, Sakura was there, but her medical expertise was also there on the mission as well, as Tsunade was making sure that all of them were familiar with one another. She changed a lot since becoming Hokage, making sure that they can work with one another without a single moment of hesitation. It was recently that Naruto and Sasuke had been promoted to the Jonin level, as the others were there to swore them in. In 6 months, there will be a team graduating from the academy. Yes, teams will be graduating in 6 months, and they will have the chance to become Jonin senseis. Neither of them knowing if they were ready for that yet, becoming teachers like Kakashi. They have been on missions with Kakashi since, but it's been few and rare. But it was their time now to take over that path and become leaders themselves, as they've already started to experiment by leading Chunin teams, going on missions where they were put as the leaders. Yes, a lot has developed over the past couple of years. So much. Time skip. Naruto was walking through a forest, calmly making his way. He had just completed another mission, this one a solo mission. Someone was following him. Someone was after him. Naruto calmly made his way until someone snuck up behind him, placing their nails at his throat. They were sharp, ready to burst into his throat and end his life. However, he smirked and grabbed her hand and flipped her around. She flipped over him as she slipped right between his legs, kicking his feet, but Naruto rolled on his hands and pulled her down as the both of them rolled on the ground. But they did not fight. Instead, they kissed. Yes. He knew that he shouldn't be doing this. She knew that she shouldn't be doing this either, but a lot has happened over the past couple of years. It was Uchiha, the first one that he ever met, that started this path. Since that day when they met one another, when he helped her fight off against Kaido, when he stole her chakra with the artifact, there has been something there. Her coming to the exam, the both of them, flirt talking as you might say, not exactly saying exactly what they wanted to. Over the past couple of years, they've seen each other passing through different towns. Their paths seem to be drawn to one another. Naruto was with Jiraiya when they made their way towards the Land of Lightning to inform the Raikage about the threat. The Raikage was a stubborn man. Despite everything going forward, the villages were still not united, but it was a respect, a caution warning to show that they could become something better in the future. But so far that hasn't happened yet. And the both of them were afraid that this between them would lead to some complications. which would make others see them as untrustworthy. It started by surprise, her threatening to take him down, as he's become quite infamous over the past couple of years. It happened when they were 15. They started to tussle. After all, the Chunin exams did not go the way they wanted to. They started to tussle with one another, which ended up into them kissing. Hormones or whatever you want to call it. There was a passion between them. Fuinjutsu was an amazing art, transporting information across vast distances. He had gave her the seal and tag. For the transportation, it was rare, but they did meet up every now and again. Sometimes their solo missions coincided. Due to her strength as well, there was many missions that she could take. So sometimes she purposely took missions that were near the area where Naruto would be. And they found themselves together. Sometimes spending the night in a hotel room, close in age to one another. They've never been with anyone else. So, together, they were each other's first, and something had sparked with them. By that time, they realized that they've gone far, each of them, not wanting anything to change. So they kept their mouth, not telling a single soul. Despite his mother being the leader of the village, Naruto kept this secret to himself, not wanting this to end. Most would probably not trust her, and the ones from her village would not trust him because of his power. She could already hear the talks. They spoke about Konoha gaining another big shot. Some hate his infamy, some want him to die. The Raikage was tired of being outshined. That is what was keeping them from uniting as one. So this between them can end in a very miserable way, and the both of them shall be branded as traitors. Each of them has told another though, that would never tell a single soul. She told Samui, her bestest friend, while Naruto told Sasuke, as they knew that they will never rat them out. They've even met one another, as Sasuke had met Samui and Yujito. To show the trust that they had between one another, they had promised to keep their secrets for them. They just wanted to vent to someone, to talk about what they were doing. Sasuke seemed no problem with what was going on, as Naruto seemed to trust her and he was a good judge of character. All Samui said was for her to be careful, very, very careful, and thus their tryst, their romance continued in secret. However, there was another problem though. Both of them were rather popular in terms of the, well, male and female department, and in terms of their looks, well, handsome and beautiful, did not describe exactly what they were. Thus there was many after them, and many were curious that, despite being at that age, they show no sign of dating or interest in anyone. It was rather well known in Konoha, most suspecting that Naruto wasn't interested in things like that. It had to be the cause, right? Because he never showed any sign of anything. Most thinking that he was just fine with being alone. Some even questioning if he did not like girls. It was the same for her, but the opposite, as no one directly questioned him on the matter. Well, there were some jokes here and there from Kiba, who had rather started to look for a female partner. Confident in that way, the top dog alpha whole thing. But they were only jokes, but Naruto really showed no forward putting in that department, with the thousands of girls, yes, literally thousands, throwing themselves at him all across the world. But Naruto was a traditional person in terms of only liking one person and focusing on that person. And he liked Yujito, and she liked him as well. As she returned back to her village, mission complete, Samui caught up with her. She was giving her a knowing look, but Yujito pretended like she did not see it, as Samui chuckled. She liked Naruto. He was nice, sweet, and he was good for Yujito. However, peace can never reign for too long. They went after him. Gaara. Gaara has accomplished a lot since everything with Naruto, as he now reigned as the leader of his village. However, the Akatsuki decided to finally make their move. Word reached Konoha. Temari had left around 3 days ago, as she became the liaison between the two villages. And thus, Team 7 was called back together once again, each of them now having risen to extreme heights. When they got there, Temari was waiting. Kankuro was hurt. Both Naruto and Sakura got to work. Their medical expertise, they were done in under an hour. Even Sasuke was anxious. This could be it. This could be the chance that he's been waiting for. Itachi, as it came to his mind, watching as the other two finished their work, Kankuro took a breath. He was gravely weakened, but he wanted to tell them something. His clash with the Akatsuki before they leave could be the tool that they need to find where Gaara was taken. The Akatsuki was smart. They disguised their tracks rather well. And he had something for them. That is where Pakon came in. Team 7 was on their way with someone else. Her name, Lady Chiyo. As they venture throughout the forest, making their way. Hold on, said Naruto. As he leaped from tree to tree, Naruto sensed them up ahead. There's someone there, he said. They were stopped by Itachi and Kisame. They landed on the branches. Seeing them, Sasuke's anger flared, but he kept it in check. Something was wrong though. A distraction, Naruto thought to himself, as Kisame smirked. Well, what do we have here? Seems the little brat has grown rather well, he said, raising Samehata towards Naruto. Seems we're in for a rematch, and things are not going to be the same as last time. However, Naruto closed his eyes. It's not them. What? Sasuke said. These two, they're just a distraction. Their chakra, it does not fluctuate right. Something is supplying their chakra. Whatever this is, it's some kind of special technique. Chiyo caught on to Naruto's words. She came across a technique like this before, using another life force as an anchor. They're trying to slow us down. We can't afford to waste any time, said Naruto. He gazed towards the members there. I'll take Kisame, he said. Sakura nodded, seeing what he was on. She leaped and dropped her foot in the ground, causing both to jump. Kisame was hit out of the sky, Naruto sending him across the foliage. Sasuke and Itachi landed, as Kakashi was right behind him. Be careful, Lady Chiyo said. They might not be the original, but they're still connected. It is their mind in charge. As Sakura stood back with Chiyo, Sasuke and Kakashi's eyes immediately changed. Sasuke drew for his blade. Don't waste my time, he said. When I find you, I will kill you, and this will not satisfy me for now. His blade ignited with lightning. He descended towards his brother. Itachi was surprised. Sasuke shrugged off his illusion like it was nothing. As for Naruto and Kisame, both of them in mid-air, they were tearing the sky up with their blows. Kisame was shocked. Naruto's power had grown to levels that truly astonished him. Kisame hit the ground like a bomb, erupting the entire place. But a moment later, he flooded. He created 3 spirals that shoot into the sky. They twirl and came down towards Naruto. Naruto stepped off, his eyes turning white in mid-air as he opened the gates. Naruto blurred away. Kisame could feel it, the fluctuation in the sky, but he could not see him. This body is not up to the full percentage of his power. He could not track Naruto's speed. Naruto appeared. The blow had blood flowing from his eyes and nose and mouth. Naruto applied so much force that he stepped on the very ear, knocking Kisame further into the sky. Naruto then grabbed him and spun so hard that he became a literal tornado. When Naruto dropped him, the entire section of the forest was destroyed. Kisame grimaced in pain. The last thing he saw was Naruto dropping from the heavens. Kisame opened his eyes, still within the process of taking the One Tails. He was smirking though. Well, the rumors weren't joking. You're back already? They questioned. 30% of my power stood no chance. I barely got a hit in. If this is not done by the time he gets here. Well, he turned his gaze towards the only 2 that were still really there in flesh, and simply smirked. They did not know if that was good or bad. Itachi opened his eyes. For the briefest moments, you could see a tiny smirk before it vanished away. Back to the other side, Sasuke's sword was buried down to the hilt through the fake Itachi's chest as he ripped it out. The real corpse dropping. They would not let this delay them as they arrive. Zetsu informed everyone inside that they were here. Kakashi tried to study the mark as he saw it. It was special. The seal was giving off chakra to the others. They were all connected. Naruto reached up and closed his eyes, pinpointing each and every one of them. His sensory ability extended beyond natural. Wood clones flooded into the foliage. Due to their connection, Naruto could feel it. And once they all arrived, Naruto tore it. Sakura smashed her fist into the boulder. However, Naruto wood clones were met with copies of themselves, but the seal was created to take the identity of a living person that, remove it, it was unstable. As Naruto would clones deform, the boulder exploded. The moment it did, Naruto appeared in front of Sakura in an instant, as several birds flew towards her. Guts! But they were all contained in a massive wooden cocoon. 3 more minutes. That was all that they needed to finish the sealing. Naruto's eyes took place, looking around, pinpointing everything, as he saw strange eyes reflected back down towards him. Naruto, eyes shifted from the Sharingan as he became serious. They switched into the Mangekyou as he saw Gaara having the life drained out of him. Naruto saw the statue. The ground exploded. Stop him! Pain shouted out towards Deidara and Sasori. Deidara let loose several birds. However, Sasuke shouted Shidori Stream, his technique in nullifying it. He didn't know that, but he got rid of the clay. Naruto was upon the Gedo statue, full force, ready to turn it into dust. But guys, in the end episode right here, if you want to see the next part, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification as they posted. But I'm out for now. See you guys soon. Peace.